Okay, so this is just going to be a very quick demo. I'm going to present the CSV component, so the application can create CSV files, and I'm also going to show the different tests now that the application can create. As well, the application now can store subject information. So let's say I say like that. This information here is presented, and the information about the subjects is only on the main screen. You can see here I've added some corner radius to the proceed to next button. I've also replaced all the fonts with the Medtronic's font that they require. So I'm just going to connect to the sensor. This is just going to be two of them. So it's just these two. Okay, so now basically begin the assessment. Okay, so here are all the individual tests. You can see the I've added like a cover flow animation. These are essentially just image files. So originally I thought about creating these, so like for example storing the title information, then keeping this as an image, and then this is a description. Originally I thought about doing that, but then it's going to make this control way too complex. So in order to simplify things, the backend just basically needs to pass this whole thing here. This thing is basically just an image file, so it's in an SVG file. And the application then downloads it, it caches it, and then basically just reads on whatever it is exists inside its local database. So if we do need to create more tests, we have to go to the Medtronic's artists, and then we need to ask them, create the image that you want to use for your next set of tests, then pass it to us. We store it, the application downloads it, and then it just basically presents it on the screen. Okay, I've added the event injection part. So basically the way that it works is, so in order for event injection to work, the application has to pause the current session. It has to then write the command, which is basically just going to be the name of the SIA test, and that will just basically just be like a suffix at the end of the string. So like for example, let's say we have test number 3. It'll basically just be SIA-test3 or something, or just SIA-3, sorry, because there's a maximum 8 character length. So that's just that gets logged into the app bin file, and it also gets logged into the internal sensor bin file. So if I basically press on this button, you can see the sensors have stopped and then they've rebooted. I press it again, see it goes green, and then again reboots. Alright, so that's basically the concept for the event injection. So once you're ready basically to complete the test, you just basically run this. The sensors are now gone green. Okay, and now it's just going to prompt me to say select a timeout for the standalone assessment. I set the timeout. I've set the live to standalone conversion. So it's basically a new feature where instead of overwriting the bin file on the current sensor, you're essentially migrating the data that currently exists on that sensor, and you're migrating it to standalone. So that component is also complete. So after I press on OK, then the sensors as you can see, it's gone blue. So now the sensors themselves have begun a fresh standalone conversion, and now I'm going to show the assessment that the user has that I've just created. So those assessments will be shown here on the study status. So I present this, and there we go. So I got my first test which I created, and then I have the subject of the second test, subject 4567. As you can see, I'm the assessor, so that's my name shows up. And I've added that there are essentially just two options. So as you can see here, the first test I created before doing this demo. This one here is marked as ready for upload because the bin files already exists. But the test that we haven't, the test that I just created, is not ready for offload yet because the bin files have not been offloaded. So if I press on require offload, the application will prevent me from basically uploading this assessment. So in order for the assessment to show up as ready for upload, again, you just basically take the cradle, yep, and then then basically you just plug the sensors into the cradle, and then you just run a refresh, and then those assessments will show up, and I'll be able to upload the assessment to the back end. Okay, as you can see there, I got a notification. So now it's saying that the assessment is complete. So now when I refresh, it's now marked as ready for upload. So that's the second test that the second assessment we just created now. So this assessment can be sent to the back end. So I'm going to show this component, this feature. I just want to show the CSV component first. So the application can generate CSVs. If we press on open, and as you remember, there were two sensors that I assigned to the assessment. So if let's say I pick on 51E4, and then I just open that one up, then here I have the CSV which I created. So if I open this one up, I have all the data. So here I got the accelerometer data, etc., and then I got the EMG as well. The EMG will only show up if there's these things here, the EMG readers. But if there isn't any EMG, it'll just show up as 0. So if let's say I open up the second CSV, so this will be the 64D0, so it's this one here that doesn't have any EMG. If I open up this one, and I'll just open up this file, you can see EMG is all 0. Alright, so that's the CSV component. Alright, so now I'm going to show the ready for upload. The ready for upload I haven't tested yet, but now let's just have a look to see if it works. I'm hoping that the ready for upload works. Okay, so fingers crossed. Okay, so now refresh. Okay, yeah, so I gotta refresh the token. Let me just sign in again. No, okay, so I can't upload. Alright, actually, let me just have a look at the portal, just to be sure. If there was a network fetch error, then, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was hoping that the upload would work. Okay, that's next. But let me just be sure. So no. Oh, okay. No. All right. So yeah. So the So next up is the assessment upload. So I have to find out the why it failed to upload the assessment. I'm thinking maybe it could be because of the secondary bin file directory. Maybe that's the cause. All right. Thanks.